Hi, everyone, and welcome back to yet another live session by Voice of Crypto, where we talk about all things crypto, Web3, and blockchain. And in today's episode, we are, of course, going to be talking about the Bitcoin ETF approval, what will go into works, how we will see how the Bitcoin spot ETF approval in the US will see the light of the day, as well as take a deep dive into the larger crypto market, take a look at the cryptocurrency market cap, as well as top altcoin price action. But before that, for anyone who's joining for the first time, I have a quick update. The first update being that if you aren't already aware, we at Voice of Crypto have been doing $100 weekly giveaway, wherein we give away a part of the prize pool or the entirety of the prize pool to people who engage the most in our live sessions. So go ahead and engage with your peers, engage with the fellow Web3 community members, or feel free to ask any questions to me or to our guests during any of these live sessions. And by doing so, you also stand a chance to win from the prize pool of $100. So, anyone who is interested in knowing more about the Web3 crypto blockchain space, go ahead and also follow Voice of Crypto on the various social media platforms that we're on, as well as check out our website that is voiceofcrypto.online. That said, without further ado, we will deep dive into the crypto market. We'll take a look at the crypto price action, as well as how the global crypto market cap has acted in the last day or so. Firstly, the global crypto market cap now is finally above the 1.65 trillion US dollar mark. I have already mentioned that the 1.6 trillion US dollar and the 1.65 trillion US dollar mark for the global cryptocurrency market cap or in its trajectory would play a crucial role. And at the moment, we can see that there is a bit of uptick in terms of the global crypto market cap, and this is largely due to Bitcoin price gaining a bit of momentum. Now, there's not a lot of uptick that BTC price saw in the last day or so. Nonetheless, prices have gained over 2% on the daily, over 3% on the weekly, and that has essentially sort of led more momentum to altcoins in the market. But if we take a look at the global crypto market volumes, they have dipped by over 30% in the last one day. Nonetheless, volumes have maintained above a substandard of 75 billion US dollar. Usually on days when when there's not a lot of activity in the market, volumes maintain below the 70 or 60 billion US dollar mark. But at this point, while volumes have sort of reduced as compared to yesterday, there's still quite a bit of activity in the market, and that can largely be attributed to the global the Bitcoin price sort of gaining momentum. We can clearly see that Ethereum, following BTC's price track, sort of noted a bit of dip. ETH price is still down by over 4% on the weekly. However, owing to this slight dip, a slight increase in price that Bitcoin saw in the last day, Ethereum has also sort of caught on the similar price action and has been able to gain a little over 1.5% on the daily. Solana, once again above the 100 US dollar mark. When the larger market saw a pullback, we saw Solana fall down to almost 90 to 92 US dollar mark. Now, once again, Solana has increased or established above the 100 US dollar mark, and it has gained over 3% in the last one day. Nonetheless, Solana is still down by over 6% on the weekly. XRP price action, not a lot to look forward to. XRP price on the weekly is still down by over 8%. Not a lot of momentum on the daily or the hourly price chart as well. Cardano again noting a bit of fall on the daily as well as the weekly, quite a massive fall on the weekly, over 10%. Avalanche, an over 9% fall on the weekly. Same goes for Dogecoin. Both AVAX and Dogecoin, while noting a little bit of bullish momentum, haven't been able to gain a lot in terms of price. Same goes for Polkadot. Not a lot to look forward to. Uh, Mine dips, but nothing that would worry the market at this point anyway. Tron, again, not a lot of price action coming in from Tron. Polygons, Matic is down by over 13% as well. A similar fate for Link and Toncoin. So, all in all, not a lot of gainers in the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap. In fact, one of the biggest gainers in the top 20 by market cap is Bitcoin itself, which has managed to gain by over 2% on the daily, over 3% on the weekly, and has sort of managed to maintain both the daily as well as the weekly gains. So at this point, Bitcoin price seems or appears to be rather um, it appears to be rather stable despite the early week dip that we saw in Bitcoin price that sort of pulled down the price to about 40,000. And moving on, we will take a quick look at some of our top gainers because there is almost never a day in the crypto market when some of the other altcoin isn't gaining momentum. Well, Celsius TIA token is once again back on track. TIA has been one of the top gainers throughout this year. It has managed to sort of cover a lot of ground. Osmosis token is also, of course, gaining over 16%. Aptos over 11. Same for Casper, Terra Classic, and Fetch.ai's FET token. Of course, AKT and Stacks have also managed to make a bit of gains in the market. And same goes for Injective, which has, in fact, injected quite a bit of gains um, uh, uh, into its price trajectory. But barring that, of course, not a lot of moves in the market from quite a few top cryptocurrencies. But surprisingly, the meme coin Bonk, which created quite a bit of ripples in the market, it made headlines and it was touted as the newest top meme coin in the market and a contender. A contender or competition for Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. Well, Bonk has noticed quite a bit of downfall in the last 1 week or so after gaining the kind of momentum that it did throughout the end of last year. Bonk is a Solana based meme coin. Of course, if you want to know more about it, head over to voiceofcrypto.online where we have uh, detailed how Bonk works, what Bonk is, and how it can challenge or stands to challenge the monopoly of the top two meme coins, that being Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Nonetheless, not a lot happening for Dogecoin or Shiba Inu in terms of price action at the moment. Bonk, however, is falling, has already fallen by over 28% on the weekly. And when we look at cryptocurrencies that are now taking a U turn after noting a lot of upward momentum, we can clearly see that ICP, which gained a lot, and weekly gains still intact for ICP, over 40%. Say Network, another coin that gained a lot of momentum, a lot of attention, and of course, price gains throughout the last quarter of last year. And while the weekly gains of over 43% are still intact on Say, there is a bit of rebound in terms of short term price action or the daily price action for Bonk, ICP, Say, all of these, even Render, all of these have been some of the top gainers of last month or so. That said, without further ado, we will jump back into the news action for today. We'll be taking a look at what some of the top pieces of news have been. Well, of course, there's a lot of talk around the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, and we will be addressing that shortly. But before that, crypto quant analysts are saying that US corporate whales are preparing for SEC's spot Bitcoin ETF decision, and this has led to an increase in BTC purchases. Not just that, Meme Mogul's price outlook is looking rather good as the market is sort of recovering. In another news, the Central Bank of Nigeria has approved the CNGN stablecoin to pilot in February amid CBDC woes. And that said, a recent another update was coming in from Solana, where Solana co founder reveals a startling shift in the roadmap. They're saying that the Solana roadmap ahead could look a lot different than what had been initially planned. That's not it. When we talk about CBDCs and stablecoins, well, a lot is happening in that arena. And the SECA Bank, a banker, and Adara blockchain have been chosen from the 24 applications received over the past year by the Bank of Spain, as Bank of Spain is ready to select partners for CBDC testing. Just a couple days ago, the Central Bank of Spain published a resolution announcing its partnership with Seca Bank, Banca, and Dara blockchain. And the pilot of the wholesale CBDC will take place in the next 6 months or so. They will first launch a simulation of the processing and settlements of the interbank payments with a single tokenized wholesale CBDC. And of course, after once the pilot goes live, there would be more happening in that particular section. But like we already spoke about, there is a lot happening in terms of CBDCs and a lot happening in terms of price action, a lot of anticipation around the spot Bitcoin ETF. Quite a few analysts are saying that um, a spot Bitcoin ETF capital could potentially fund or help Bitcoin price action, which is no lie. And but how it would pan out, how BTC price action would in fact react to a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, if at all it goes through, is something that remains to be seen. But there's quite a bit of speculation around how Bitcoin mining will be affected post the halving. In fact, Marathon Digital breaks is recently broke its own record with 1853 bitcoins mined in December. And this is the most ever number of bitcoin that they have mined in a single year. But there are quite a few speculations around how BTC mining would look post halving, whether BTC miners would be in profit, whether they'll be able to sustain the market or not, whether BTC mining would be profitable enough as well, is a matter of speculation at this point. But Apart from that, a recent report by Bitwise said that only 39% of financial advisors believe that a spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved in 2024. And if there's not a lot of anticipation, if there's not a lot of positive anticipation around Bitcoin ETF approval, then the chances of Bitcoin price rally seems highly unlikely. Or otherwise, we can also expect a scenario of buy the rumor, sell the news sort of a situation where uh, Bitcoin spot ETF approval rumors can lead to a lot of buying and price rallying, but the news itself could lead to sell offs. These, of course, are speculations and analysis that we love to do here at VSC. But with that, we would wrap today's episode. Hope you all liked it. And we will see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the cryptocurrency market. But before I leave, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin ETF approval? Do you think that an ETF approval, a spot ETF approval by the US SEC would see the light of the day? If so, when would that happen? Let us know in the comments section. And of course, you can stand a chance to win from our prize pool of $100 as well, if you engage enough with the Web3 communities, and if you've put in relevant answers to the questions that we've asked. And with that, I would wrap today's session. This was Varuni Trivedi, editor in chief, Voice of Crypto. I would see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the crypto, blockchain, Web3 market. And till then, bye bye.